All right, thanks everyone. We'll get started today with Jordan Oesterle. Please let us know if you'd like to ask a question.
Recording in progress.
Start with Ansar Khan.
Yeah, Jordan, just when you look back at that first game against Boston, 3 power play goals against, what do you need to, and the PK has been much better since then, but what do you need to do differently just to tighten up in that against them specifically?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it that night. Just watch out for Bergeron in that bumper. We know that Marchand likes to use them there. And, we kind of let too many plays get through there, and we're just making an emphasis on it today in practice, and we'll be much better tomorrow night on it.
And for yourself now, after playing a few games now in a row, just how much is your comfort level increasing?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been comfortable in myself and in my play, but obviously playing more and more games, you get more comfortable with the guys and the system. So more and more I keep playing, I get more comfortable out there and know where guys are going to be.
You had been playing with Sider for a few games. Just what has that been like playing with him?
Yeah, it's been awesome. He's a great player. Obviously, he's still so young, but you can just see how much talent he has and how good he's going to be. And it's just the beginning. So every time I was out there, I just try to give him the puck and let him do what he wanted with it, and just kind of be a safety valve for him.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yep.
Max Boltman.
Hey Jordan, what was that like for you through the early part of the year, not getting in as frequently? Like you show up to a new team, and obviously I'm sure you want to get in there quick. What was that kind of like, that experience?
Yeah, I've gone through it before. In Chicago, I went through the same situation. Just stay patient, be a good teammate, and show up to the rink every day, working, and that's all you can do. But yeah, obviously it was tough not playing when I wanted to help the team, but we have 8 great defensemen, so it is what it is, and someone is going to have to sit every night.
What was kind of the messaging from the coaching staff through that? Like you said, I mean, they've talked to us certainly about feeling like you guys have 8 NHLD. What was their messaging to you guys?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. They reiterated the same thing. Just don't lose your confidence, and all 8 of us can play any given night. So just be ready for our number to be called and go play a good game.
And then when you do get into kind of the rhythm of playing 3, 4, 5 games in a row, what do you notice about your own game that changes from that versus when you're coming in off of 2 or 3 nights off or something like that?
Yeah, I try not to change too much. Obviously, you don't want to play a different type of game, but obviously the more you play, the more there's just little plays that you kind of do instinctively, but when you're not playing, you don't tend to do them. You don't want to make too many mistakes, but just things like that, and the rest of it is pretty easy. You can work on all the other things in practice. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Carly Johnston.
What does the defensive core and the team as a whole have to do differently than they did in the last game against Boston for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, they scored 3 power play goals, so right there, just the penalty kill. But we've been working a lot on our D zone. Our D zone was kind of getting a little hectic there the last 2 games before we put last win, but just kind of simplify. Lots of talk, and lots of guys being direct on who they have, and like Blash has said, a lot of communication. It goes a long way. So.
And I know this isn't different just this year or in this patch of the season, but how difficult is it to try and gel and find a rhythm with your pairing or whoever it may be when there are so many injuries and illnesses going on?
Yeah, it's tough, but obviously you just kind of get to know how the other guys play. Obviously, being able to watch a lot of games, I've been able to see the type of style all the D play. So you just try to feedback off them and bring something to their game that you can help with, whether it's breaking the pucks out, or getting back to pucks first when you're with a different guy. But just a lot of communication. I mean, as cliche as it is, but lots of talk, and you can break pucks out easily and have some good chemistry.
Ted Colton.
Hey Jordan, I know it's 1 game out of 82 and all those cliches, but I mean, the standings are what they are, and they're right with you guys and stuff. Are you guys putting a little bit more emphasis maybe than usual on an regular season game like that tomorrow night?
I think we've put a lot of emphasis on every game so far, but yeah, obviously we didn't have the outing that we wanted last time we were in Boston. So, and they're a playoff style team and a team that we want to beat to stay right with or in front of in the standings, and obviously a divisional game. So those are two very big points. So we're definitely looking at it as not a must win, but we want to go in there and have a good start and try to come out with the victory.
Pedro, what do you like about where you guys are right now at this point in the season? What do you think you guys have done really well to get to this point?
Yeah, I think we obviously started very strong. We're producing lots of offense and lots of goals. As bad as it was to see a little bit of hiccups in our D zone, but we matured and we kind of were able to get through that little patch and rebounded with some good games. So it's nice to see a team like us kind of go through those ups and downs and kind of squash it before it can put us too far behind.
Just last one, just returning home to play. Has it been everything that you thought of up to this point, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to think about it too much, just go about it any other days. And but obviously when I drive to and from the rink, I obviously I'm driving down to Detroit, so it's a lot more surreal. So it's exciting and just soaking it all in for as long as I have. So
Sounds good. Thanks.
yep.
Art Regner?
Hey Jordan, how you doing?
Hey Art.
I have so many questions to ask you, but I want to know, and I know you kind of alluded to it already, but and you said you were through it with Chicago, but is it more of a mental strain or a physical strain to make sure you're ready to go because you could go at any given moment?
Yeah, I'd say it's more mental. Thing for me is when I go away from the rink, and if I'm not playing that given night, is just to get my mind away from hockey. And the more you sit at home and think about it, the more it gets to you. So, but that's our profession, and that's my job, is to be ready when my number's called. So,
How do you keep yourself mentally sharp? Is there something that you specifically do, or is it just more of a mind trick you play with yourself?
I don't know. When I was in Chicago and I went through this, I kind of let my head get involved. But I think as I got older and matured, there's more away from the game than just sitting at home thinking about what happened. You have to move on and park it when you get home. You don't want to take work home with you. So it's pretty easy for me to leave it at the rink and go home and have a good rest of the day.
The first time you made your debut with the Red Wings, when you finally had the jersey on and you look at the winged wheel crest, were you more emotional? Were you more amped up even though you're a veteran player?
Yeah, I was definitely excited that first game in Toronto, but I think that first game at home against St. Louis, I was probably a little bit more excited and actually had some nerves. So, but yeah, so playing at home was a little bit different and something that was really fun. So.
And finally, with Miller's being for sale, have you been tempted to maybe invest and be behind the grill one day?
Only if you're right there with me, Art.
You know I will be. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate it. Great to see you in the lineup. Give my best to your family. They're definitely wonderful people. Thank you.
Will do. Thanks, Art.
Bob Duff.
Jordan, the one time you guys the two times you guys have kind of hit rough skids have both been on the road. What do you guys need to take with you on the road that succeeded for you at home?
Just our predictability. I think when we're playing at home, everyone's pretty predictable at our blue lines, their blue lines, breaking puck out and ozone chances. So just continue that on the road. I think we just need to go in and be very direct in our play and go in and try to force our hand on them and not sit back and let the game come to us. So we've obviously seen that our road record is not as good as our home record, so we want to get some more road wins and play better.
Is that kind of the next step? I mean, this team has made a lot of forward progress this year as a group. Is that another step you guys have to take to be a successful road team. Obviously, if you want to make the playoffs, that's going to be a big part of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows to make the playoffs, you have to take care of home ice advantage, and but you need to go at least 500 on the road. So, but yeah, like you said, we've really grown as a group throughout this season with the ups and downs, and that's the next step, like you said, to go in and play good on the road games and be patient and wait for our chances to score goals. And if it has to be 0-0 until the third and score in the third, then so be it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We'll be back shortly with Coach Blashill.
Recording stopped.